Hey y'all, hey everybody, it's Whitney Nicely, and I am coming to you today to talk about 7 different ways that you can buy houses. Alright, and the first 4 ways are the ways that everybody knows. Alright, the first way you can buy houses is with cash. I've bought houses with cash. It's not very fun. It's super duper risky because you're putting your entire life savings into one property. And a lot of times when people put all their money into a house, they have no clue what to do with it. They don't have any formulas. They don't have an exit strategy. They're just completely winging it. And it's okay because that's how they do it on TV. That's not okay. Okay? That's not okay. That's not how I want you to invest in houses. If you have cash, that's fine. You can buy houses if you want to, but make sure you have a plan. Make sure you know how much money you're going to make. And make sure that the house, the market, the comps show that you're going to make that much money. All right? Don't wing it. That's a sure way to get in a bad situation. Don't wing it. All right? So you can buy a house with cash. I've done it. That's fine. You can buy a house with FHA or with the VA, or you can get a conventional loan. Okay? You can go to the bank. You can submit all the paperwork. You can let them run your credit. You can send all of the W-2s. You can send in your bank statements. You can send in everything about you. And you can allow somebody else to judge you and decide if you are worthy to buy a house or not. That's fine. If you want to do that, that's cool. People have been doing that for about 100 years. No, they haven't even been doing that for 100 years, I don't think. They started doing mortgages in the 20s, didn't they? But for some reason, whenever mortgages became like the fad, the thing to do in the 40s and 50s, we all decided that that was the American dream, was to get a mortgage and to pay on it for 30 years. And we've all gone along with that train of thought since the 40s or 50s. Real quick though, what else have we done in business that's the same as it was in the 40s and the 50s? But yet we all still think it's okay and normal and good to go get a mortgage and pay on it for 30 years? Really? And that's the only way that we're going to be able to buy houses, is either get a mortgage or save up and pay cash for it? You've got to be kidding me. All right? That is not the only way to buy houses. All right? That's just the first 4 ways that you've been brainwashed to think about buying houses. Aha. But that brings me up to number 5. The 5th way that you can buy houses is with owner financing. All right? And that's where the owner or the seller is financing you the property. All right? People have been doing owner financing or seller financing or seller carryback, or whatever you want to call it. They've been doing that since Jesus was here, guys. Okay? They've been owner financing and bartering real estate since like the Stone Ages. All right? This isn't like the new kid on the block. This is like what people have been doing for hundreds of generations of thousands of years. Except the new kid, the mortgages, the thing that we've only been doing for like 80 or 90 years, and not even been doing it that well for 80 or 90 years, that is what we're all brainwashed to think about doing. It doesn't make any sense at all. All right? Owner financing. You can literally find sellers who will owner finance you a property, a piece of land, a house, or an apartment complex. One of my guys in California has found a seller in Texas willing to owner finance his apartment complex with no money down. I bought houses, my students have bought houses on owner financing with no payments for 90 days. I've bought on lease option, that's my next round. Never mind, I'll save that example. But owner financing works. You don't have to go to the bank. You don't have to bring a whole bunch of money to put down. And you can get the deal done in like a week. Maybe even less. maybe in like 48 hours, 72 hours, depending on how fast your attorney or title agents or title company works. Super fast on the owner financing deals. So, owner financing is number 5, but it's the oldest way to buy a house. I almost fell off my chair. Number 6, lease options. Lease options. Oh, I love lease options, okay? So a lease option will work on a house that's free and clear, but it'll also work on one of those pesky mortgaged houses. All right? A lease option works on either one. It's like a Band-Aid. It goes on anything. Lease option says that, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to lease your house with the option to purchase it at an agreed upon price today to be closed in the future. But in the meantime, I'm going to make the payments, I'm going to take care of the repairs, I'm going to do everything. Don't you worry about it. See you later, bye. Sellers love lease options. There's tons of sellers that are ready and willing to do a lease option, but the trick is to let them think it was their idea to do a lease option with you. I, honest to goodness, have never been successful walking into somebody's house and being like, yeah, it looks pretty good. You want to do a lease option with me? No. As adults, when you ask us a question that we don't understand, our immediate response is no. Because we don't want to look dumb. We don't want to look like you know more than I do. So instead of like asking questions and getting into a good conversation, we just shut it down. That's our natural defense as adults. If you ask a kid, do you want to do a lease option? They're like, sure, what's that? But adults, we've gotten hard over the years, and we don't want to do something if we don't fully understand it. And most agents don't understand lease options. Lease options aren't something they teach in real estate school because it's not part of the exam. It's not written in the laws, and they just don't teach lease options to agents in real estate school. I'll teach you how to do lease options. And I'm going to teach you how to walk into a seller's house and leave with a lease option in your hand without saying, hey, do you want to do a lease option? It's not that easy. And most MLSs have a space where you can advertise that this house is available for a lease option, but I think I'm like the only person that's ever used it in the Knoxville MLS, and I've only used it once. So it's available, it's out there, but nobody is really specializing in it. Most agents don't learn it. Most agents are under the impression that, you know what, I'm working with my pre-approved buyers, and I'm good, and I don't want to learn anything else. So you want to be a one-trick pony? That's basically what you're saying. And let me tell you this while we brought up pre-approved buyers. Did you know that 80% of Americans are not qualified to go out and get a mortgage today? 80% of Americans have bad credit, or they don't have a steady job history, or they've filed bankruptcy sometime in the last 7 years, or they're small business owners and banks won't loan to small business owners. Like 80% of Americans cannot go out and get a loan. So when the agents tell me that they're okay working with pre-approved buyers, they're basically telling me that they're okay working the numbers and working with 20% of the population. I don't know about you, but I would rather work with 80% of the population than 20%. Just me, but that's what I'd rather do. So, that's the 6th way that you can buy houses. And yes, you can buy houses with lease options. Yes, you can buy houses with owner financing. So the 7th way that you can buy houses is with private money. So if you know somebody that's got an inheritance or a large chunk of change, or they have saved up money, but they don't have the energy, or they don't have the drive, or they just don't have the balls to go out and buy real estate, you can use their money to buy real estate. But there's a lot of hoops that you got to go through. But if you don't have the money, that's okay. If you will get the deal, we will get somebody with the money to help cash out the deal. Okay? I promise, honest goodness, right now, we're in a hot seller's market. If you can get a deal under contract and it's a real deal, like not just some made up deal where you just kind of guessed at it and threw some numbers out there and they signed a contract, but like a real deal with formulas, we're going to find somebody out there that's got the money. So if you don't have the money in your pocket right now, that does not mean you can't go buy houses. Okay? Because even if you get a mortgage and you're going to buy a house, you don't have to have the money in your pocket that day to sign a contract. You have 30, 45, 60, or 90 days to close. So don't tell me that you don't have enough money to go buy houses, because there's at least 3 ways that you can go buy houses even if you don't have the money. You can do owner financing on it, you can do a lease option on it, or you can borrow the money from a friend and let them cash out the deal. You can get an assignment fee on it, you can get a wholesaling fee, you can get paid for bringing the deal together even if you don't have a license. If you have a license, then you can get a commission. No big deal, all day long. So, those are the 7 ways to buy houses. Again, that's cash in your pocket, the FHA, the VA, or a conventional mortgage. But what I want you to learn about are owner financing, lease options. Oh, I didn't even think about subject to. So there's 8 ways to buy houses. Yeah, you can buy a house subject to the mortgage staying in the seller's name. I forgot about subject to. That'll be a different day topic though. Or you can get the money from a private money lender. And there's lots of people out there with money. There's lots of people out there that want to be tenant buyers. There's lots of people out there that want to make a deal happen, but they don't want to go the traditional route. They don't want to deal with agents, or they owe more than the house is worth and they can't afford to sell it and pay an agent. You are a perfect solution for that kind of situation. So, if you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a message or go to start.whitneynicely.com and book a call with me. I got 6 calls tomorrow. I had 4 calls today. My one-on-one package is probably going to fill up by this weekend, but there's still room in the group program, so let me know. Don't forget, though, there's apparently 8 different ways to buy houses, and you only know about 4. Find out about creative financing with me. Bye, y'all. Uh-oh. I can't find my mouse.